Okay, here we are with the constituent parts once again, and we are moving on to the second form, the prop plane. And again, we start with the 2x6 of the base. Now, another thing you've probably noticed is that my video resolution is not always the best. I do try to keep it in 720p, but unfortunately when I upload it, the files are always... It always says that the files are too big. I don't know exactly why. It really depends on the size of the length of my review, I should say. But it does try to compress it down, whether or not I want it to or not. So sometimes things come out very dark or rather weird looking. Sometimes it just ends up blurry, but I'm working on that one. That is kind of my fault because, well, no. Getting ahead of myself there. Anyway, I try to do the best I can with the video resolution I've got. Obviously, a better camera would probably help with that, but that's a consideration for another time. Okay, once again. There we go. That's correct. Now, obviously, due to the fact that I have my rather low subscription count, not entirely sure what I could do. Well, there are several things I could do, but no matter what I want to do. But under the circumstances, I think I'd rather stick with what I've got rather than try to do something rather slime-ballish or paltry, like no more videos until I get this many subscribers, because that would take forever. So I'm just kind of content sticking to the cult status I currently possess and letting people come to me because that seems to work out a lot better. And due to the help of certain reviewers, one included Decepticon, I am at least getting somewhere. Slowly but surely, I am getting somewhere. Got one piece here. There we go. So I definitely have the cult status down for as far as reviewers go. I'm not exactly well-known. In fact, I hesitate to use the word underground because that's what everybody who tends to say that are either hipster or they're really just kind of an unknown, just trying to pretend to be something. And, well, as you can due to the circumstances, again, I should say that, I'd rather at least say that I'm not well known than say I'm underground and try to be hipster about it. Because that doesn't really work. Not to the extent that people would like it to. Am I doing that right? Oh, I get it. One piece right there. Then I can do this. Do apologize, this is coming off a tad negative. I'm just trying to create banter here. How well that's effective, again, I'm not entirely certain. I imagine I'll find out once I load this thing up, because I do tend to at least watch the video in whole before I send it. Obviously it's a much better resolution and the audio is about as good as I can get it. Which, by the way, I do apologize for the wind charger review and the thrust one. As well, I did realize that the wind would affect the audio that much. Although due to the low view count, I should say, not a lot of people saw that review, either of those reviews anyway, so I'm not going to be too bummed out about it. Where being a relative unknown tends to come in handy. Okay, and there we go. The prop plane. And so far, this is the one that has the fewest number of parts. But still, rather nice. Now that I've seen in person, it does appear to be the one I like the best of the three so far. We'll see how it looks in the boat mode. Once again, pieces into place and onto the powerboat, speedboat, hovercraft. Well, not necessarily hovercraft. But anyway, here we go. Again, we start with the 2x6, and we start building from there. Now, I should mention, I do have the more advanced version of this set called the Red Rotors. It's right here, in fact. Again, you have the helicopter, more the carrier plane, the biplane, or the prop plane, which does look very nice, and a definite mention of this being a hovercraft, which does look a bit more like it. So we have that going for us. Hopefully I can get some more feedback, depending on what I've got so far, and I can hope to deliver the most effective and entertaining experience I can to my viewers. At least I hope that's what I'm going to accomplish with this. Guess I should mention that I do intend to see a couple of movies. I should put a date on when this is being created. I do intend to watch the Godzilla movie. I personally find the design okay, but there is one fundamental thing that that is a nitpick with me anyway. It's the design of the head, more importantly the muzzle on Godzilla himself. For some reason, I just think it needs to be longer, but little late for that consideration, as A, I am not a part of the film crew creating it, and B, I am just a fan. While I do have my own opinion, they are just that, my opinion. Now, I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to go see the new Ninja Turtle movie. I know a lot of people think that Michael Bay is directing. He is actually not. He's simply producing the movie. The guy who's actually directing it was the guy who directed Wrath of the Titans, which is not exactly a very impressive or encouraging pedigree for or filmography, as it should be. But still, there are worse directors. We could have gotten Yui Boll for this. What that would have been like pulling teeth, and I don't think anybody would have been real encouraged to watch that movie if that were the case. Oh man. Okay, try that again. Alright, there we go. There is the watercraft. And it seems to use the least number of parts. Oh well. Oh wait. Almost got something. Yeah, that doesn't make a big difference. Now before I leave, I would like to share this one last little thing, popular on Twitter, of making spaceships out of Lego sets that normally aren't made for this. Here we have my little space fighter here. Looks a little silly, but it does the job quite nicely, and it uses, well, most of the parts. Anyway, this has been the Lego Creator 3-in-1 Red Thunder set. I've been the Deceptiwolf, and I get our you all, free your mind, free your toys, and I bid you all good night.